Well, some good news there on the ICT sector. And like I told you, we want to take a look at how the markets have performed just a day after the budget. And we want the CEO of the NSE to take us through the markets this afternoon. Many thanks, Geoffrey, for honoring us again. And let's take a look at how the money markets are performing like this afternoon.
Well, I think, as you can see, they are trading within a very narrow spread. The Kenyan shilling is really a spread of about 30 cents against the dollar, and really retaining its level against the pound. Now, this basically means that a lot of there's still a high level of interest in terms of inflows of foreign inflows, which just means that the dollar demand is still really being managed, being rebalanced by the inflow. I'm glad to see that we're still holding well, even after the Brexit was triggered on the pound, which is fairly good signal that our financial system is solid and really the way it's being managed is really prudent.
All right. Let's take a look at the NSE performance and just to look at some of the key movers. And Geoffrey, our viewers would like to see you much better, so you might have to stand that way. Oh, yes?
Yes.
So let's take a look at the turnover. We've been seeing an interesting trend across the last few months. What do you make of how the NSE 20 index has been performing? Now it's at 3,122.5. This is as of yesterday. Of course, the markets are yet to close, but this is how the markets closed last evening.
Yes, so Abi, certainly this happens to be our benchmark index, and you can see we are beyond the 3,000 psychological level. Now, this is just an indicator that the prices are trending up. We've seen this level rise for the last 2 weeks. So an indicator that the markets are generally in the right direction. If you look at the turnovers also, we've been having some fairly good turnovers, something of about 500 to a billion shillings within a number of days. And more importantly also is our bond market, which you don't report too actively on, but we do respond to very good numbers. So my general take is that the market is fairly stable. There's now a high level of interest coming in, and we should see this trend sort of playing up.
And let's take a look at some of the winners and the losers as of this hour. We will just be quickly looking at some of the most active stocks, and here are the winners this afternoon. And we're seeing two banks among the winning stocks, and that being NIC Bank up 4%, KCB up 3.79%, and the share price at 34 shillings and 25 cents. Perhaps what do you gauge by this now that you're seeing some sort of balance across the listed companies?
Okay, the banking sectors, just to inform you now, are now trading come dividend. Most of them have released their 2016 financials, so the prices have actually factored that dividend expectation in. But generally also the market seems to have taken a view that the banks are resilient, even despite the interest caps. And being one of the most attractive sectors, they normally tend to have a lot of interest. That should be driving the price up. Longhorn, I think, have been performing pretty well. I think they're really doing well in terms of remodeling their business. And so I'm not surprised to see them that they're really gaining there on that end.
So let's wrap up with a look at some of the losing counters, and let's see which counters did not do so well in trading. And we can see East Africa Portland Cement down 6.4%, Williamson Tea down 6.4%, Kenya Re also not doing pretty well, 5.93%, and CFC down 11. Actually, the share price is down by 11 shillings and 50. And perhaps Geoffrey, of course, in the markets we always have the upside and the downside. And for any ordinary Kenyan, if you would make it brief, what would be your advice for them in terms of investing in shares, investing in bonds? Why should they care, as you look at the cameras there?
So I think for the shares, the stock market offers a pretty good alternative form of investment. The benefits of investing in a share are that, one, you are You've got the potential opportunity of selling it at a profit.
Yeah.
There's a normal dividend that's normally declared, especially if the companies are doing well. You're able to, it's very liquid, so it's a very liquid investment, and it's affordable.
All right.
The minimum number of shares that you are required to hold or to trade at the NSE is 100 units. So even for a share of 2 shillings, that's 200 shillings.
All right.
So I'd like to just encourage investors that now we have given you a fairly easy entry point on the share market and even a better entry point on a retail bond.
All right.
That this is the way to now create the new methods of creating wealth.
All right.
Away from our traditional land and buildings.
Sure. Avoiding the speculation.
Just like that.
Well, that's how we wrap it up on KTN Business today. It has been a pleasure bringing you the show this afternoon. Of course, it has been a great day where we did see yesterday the budget reading, and let's still see how the budget process will be going. And of course, let's keep our Twitter handles active and keep talking to us and share with us what are your thoughts on, do you think the 50% tax introduction on the betting companies will be fair for you or not? Well, at this juncture, allow me to pave way for the next team coming up, and that is Worldview. I don't know, Geoffrey, are you going for golfing?
Oh, it's too late to tee off now.
Okay,
Too late to tee off.
see you next week.
Thank you.